Greetings. This is my project for the JavaScript class at Harvard Extension School. And I decided to explore some capabilities of the canvas element that we have studied during the early and then the later part of the course. What I decided to do, and it's probably best just to show you, is how do you create a three-dimensional environment where, for example, in this case, a cube is displayed, but then with the arrow keys and some other keys, you could rotate the cube in the three dimensions. So I'm right now using the up and down and right left keys to spin the cube in various directions. And also, I use the A and the Z keys also to rotate in the other direction. So this was somewhat challenging. I had done some 3D work before in mathematics, so that part of it was not terribly difficult for me. But how to incorporate this into the canvas element was a little bit challenging. Again, the HTML page is very standard. There's just this invocation for the script and then the creation of a canvas. And then when you look at the JavaScript, there's quite a bit of code here. And most of the code is about creating the vertices of the cube, drawing the cube, but making sure that also the edges of the cube are also drawn. So you're going to see that in the draw cube function, there is also some code here to guarantee that the edges are drawn. And then the three-dimensional coordinates has to be projected onto the two-dimensional canvas. And this is the function that does that. And I had done most of this work previously. So this part was not new for me, but it was interesting to figure out how the canvas element is able to support this functionality. I wasn't sure. The hardest thing for me was updating the cube based on the keystrokes, the up, down, right, left arrows. And the hardest thing for me was this new functionality that I had not studied before, window request animation frame update cube. So I have a function and I am invoking it within itself in almost a recursive fashion by this request animation frame function. So this was something I had to look up, but aside from that, the other steps for me were not terribly new because I had done some 3D work before. So I hope you enjoy it. I have decided after that to explore other three-dimensional objects, and I'm hoping that will be part of my possibly final project presentation. But here is the framework for three-dimensional animation. One thing I had to figure out is even if so when I press the arrow key, so I'm pressing right arrow key right now, I'm giving the cube a kind of a momentum, and even if I remove my hand from the arrow key, it continues moving a little bit. That effect was something completely non-trivial that I had to teach myself, I had to learn, and it is achieved by these incremental updating of the dx, dy, dz parameters, which sort of dissipate with time. Instead of a rapid stopping, there's an incremental stopping of the cube, even if after I remove my hand from the arrow keys. Anyway, I hope this was enjoyable. Thank you.